Good morning, boys. So in this class we are going to study about the chapter 6, the same chapter, distribution analysis. The last class we have discussed about the marginal productivity theory of distribution under perfect commutation and imperfect commutation. So there was a diagram and we have explained. So in this class we are going to study about the rent. Already the meaning of distribution that we study that the division of income among the four factors of production in terms of study of rent to the landlords, wage to laborers, interest to capital and profit to the entrepreneur. So we are going to study about today about the rent. What is the meaning of rent? Rent is the price, reward given for the uses of land or house or machine to the owner. So you know that commonly the name is rent, meaning is a price, reward given for the uses of land. For example, if someone's lands or someone is the owner of the land, that the owner of the land is going to give to other persons to cultivate. So for the uses of land, the farmers or one who cultivator is going to give us a price reward to the landowner. So that is called, commonly we say that rent. And we give the price or rent to the house owners. For example, we are staying on home, that house is maybe another man's house, the owner. We may be going to stay in the house for the rent. For every month, we are giving the rent to the house owner. Or for the production purposes, if we use some machineries, that machineries may be the owner of the machinery, maybe someone. But we will take for the rent and we give for the price as a reward for the machineries to the owner. Likewise, commonly the price reward to the landlords or the price reward to the house owner or the price is reward to the machineries. But in economics, in our book, rent or economic rent refers to the part of payment made by the tenant to his landlords for the uses of land only. So as I told you before, if someone, the owner of the land, that the owner of the land gives the land to someone person, that person is called tenant. For example, ஒரு லேண்ட் ஓனர் ஒருத்தர் தனியாக இருப்பார், அவர் என்ன பண்ணுவார், அந்த லேண்டை என்ன பண்ணுவார், ஒரு குத்தகைக்காரருக்கு என்ன பண்ணுவார், தன்னுடைய லேண்டை கல்டிவேட் பண்ணுறதுக்கு குத்தகைக்கு விடுவார். அப்போ அந்த குத்தகைக்கு விடும்போது அந்த கல்டிவேட் பண்ணக்கூடிய அந்த ஃபார்மர் என்ன பண்ணுறாருன்னா, ஒரு பார்ட் ஆஃப் த அமௌண்ட் என்ன பண்ணுறாரு, he has to pay the rent to the landlords. That's why the rent is refers to the part of the payment made by the tenant to his landlords for the uses of land. There are three motives. For example, the money that we have in our pocket or in the bank, or we save in the post office, or we keep our money in the bureau. But anyhow, we keep our money with ourselves for the three purposes. For any person, whether he is a poor person or middle person or rich person, they should have the money for the three motives. For three motives, for what? Transaction motive, and there will be precautionary motive, and there is a speculative motive. There are three motives the money is used by the human beings. The transaction motive means for every day to day. For example, if we want to buy a rice, or if we want to buy a vegetables, or if we want to satisfy our basic needs, for our transaction motive, easy to buy, easy to sell. That is called transaction motive. If I want to buy vegetables, should have the money, and I pay the money, I get the vegetables or rice. Whatever we like, we want to buy with the name of money, we give the money and we get our products for the transaction motive. Precautionary motive means if one fellow is going by bike, he met with an accident. Precautionary எதிர்பாரா செலவுன்னு சொல்றாங்க. Or he may be sick. For that purposes we have the money. எதிர்பாரா செலவுகளை சந்திப்பதற்காக we have unexpected expenditure. We have the money in our pocket in order to depend on anyone. For the purposes we use the money for the precautionary motive. For speculative motive, speculative means for future purposes. எதிர்காலத்தில் ஒரு லேண்டினுடைய விலையோ அல்லது ஒரு தங்கத்தினுடைய விலையோ கண்டிப்பா அதனுடைய விலை கண்டிப்பா ஃபியூச்சர்ல அதிகமா இருக்கும், விலை கண்டிப்பா அதனுடைய வேல்யூ இருக்கும் அப்படிங்கறத அறிஞ்சு இப்ப என்ன பண்ணிடுறான், they will buy now itself. So the money is used for three motives: for transaction motives, for the precautionary motives, and for the speculative motives. Okay, today we are going to study about the Ricardian theory of rent. So as I told you before, in economics, rent means it's the part of the payment made by the tenant to the landlords for the uses of land. The classical theory of rent is called Ricardian theory of rent. The David Ricardo means he is an economist. He has explained the theory of rent thus. The Ricardian theory of rent assumes following. So the David Ricardo has given the wonderful definition about the rent. Rent is the portion of the produce of the earth which is paid to the landlord for the uses of the original and indestructible powers of the soil. So what are the assumptions about the rent? Land differs in fertility. For example, the land differs in fertilities. One land may give more production or more output. The same land in another place will give the less amount, or the natural resources maybe differs, or the fertility differs from place to place, soil to soil, or the land to land. So the land differs in fertility. The law of diminishing returns operate in agriculture. For example, the law of diminishing, I told you, if we go on cultivate without any gap the soil, what will the production or output? The output will be diminishing. After cultivation, the land should be idle some of the days or some of the months. Then only the soil will be get ready for the next production or next cultivation. So the law of diminishing returns operates in agriculture. Rent depends upon the fertility and the location of the land. So at the same time, the rent means, already I told you, is the payment for the uses of land to the landowners by the cultivators. So that rent depends upon fertility and the location of a land. The fertility means one, the land is having a very good natural resources, or the fertility is very good, or the location of the land, or the agricultural products or agro-based industries is near. For example, if the fertility of the land is very good and there is a very good cultivation of water facilities, irrigation facilities are available, and the fertility soil is also good, that kind of land gets first grade land because it has more fertilities. Whatever we cultivate, what we expect, that output can be expectable. So that kind of land, or the location of the land. If there is an agro-based industry, for example, if we are using the paddy, if there is the modern rice mill is near, or we use the sugar cane, if there is a sugar mill industry is near, So that kind of land, the location of the land, the location of area, the location of agro-based industries are near, that kind of land gets first grade land. One it has the fertility power or irrigation facilities or the current facilities or fertilizers facilities or the agro-based industries is nearby the land, that kinds of land gets first grade land. The theory assumes a perfect combination. It is based on the assumption of long period. There is an existence of marginal land or no rent land. So the land, there are so many lands are in the earth, there are different kinds of land, different kinds of fertilities of the land. So in each lands, they are not getting equal rent or equal fertilities or equal resources. So as I told you before, there is differences in the soils, differences in the places, differences in the fertilities, differences in the irrigation of water facilities in some places. So the land has marginal or no rent land. சில land பாத்தீங்கன்னா நல்ல அதிகமாக விளைவிக்கக்கூடிய நல்ல ஒரு பூமியா இருக்கும், நல்ல இரிகேஷன் ஃபெசிலிட்டி, வாட்டர் ஃபெசிலிட்டிஸ் இருக்கும். அந்த விளையக்கூடிய பொருட்கள் ஈஸியாக சேல்ஸ் பண்றதுக்கோ அல்லது ஒரு விலையை நிர்ணயிப்பதற்கோ அல்லது ஈஸியா ஒரு இடத்துல இருந்து ஒரு இடத்துக்கு கொண்டு போறதுக்கோ பக்கமா அந்த இடம் இருந்துச்சுன்னா அந்த மாதிரியான லேண்ட் எல்லாம் என்ன ஆகும்னா இட் கெட்ஸ் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் கிரேட் லேண்ட், தட் இஸ் கால்ட் ஏ கிரேட் லேண்ட். அது என்ன சொல்றாங்க அப்படின்னா தட் லேண்ட் இஸ் கெட் மோர் ரெண்ட் and also some of the land no facilities of water, no facilities of fertilities, so that kinds of land we called marginal land or no rent land. landலே பாத்தீங்கன்னா பல வகையான land, சில land நல்ல ரெண்ட் கொடுக்குது, அதிகமான விளைச்சலை கொடுக்குது, அதிகமான வாட்டர் ஃபெசிலிட்டிஸை கொடுக்குது. so that kinds of land we say that first grade land, that is A grade land gets an more rent. அதே land பாத்தீங்கன்னா வானபாத்த பூமி, ராம்நாத் டிஸ்ட்ரிக்ட்லாம் பாப்பீங்க, அவனா பாத்தீங்கன்னா தண்ணி வசதியே இருக்காது. அப்ப அப்படியே மற்ற லேண்ட் எல்லாம் பாத்தீங்கன்னா there is no rent land or they may be give a very less amount of payment to the landlords for the cultivation of the land. So land is used for cultivation only. Most fertile lands are cultivated first. அப்ப லேண்ட்ல வந்து எந்த லேண்ட் வந்து ரொம்ப ஃபெர்டிலிட்டியா இருக்கக்கூடிய லேண்ட் எதுவோ அந்த மாதிரியான லேண்டை நம்ம என்ன பண்ணுவோம், நம்ம we choose and we cultivate. So this is the meaning of the rent of the land or the meaning of the land. They assume that some people go to the newly discovered island and settle down there. There are 3 gates of land. So I told you that, see that the David Ricardo, he has divided the lands into 3 categories. The x-axis indicates 3 grades of land, A, B, C. A grade land, B grade land and C grade land. And y-axis indicates the yield per acre in the bags. அப்ப வந்து y-axisல ஒரு ஏக்கர்ல வந்து fertilities A grade land எவ்வளவு amount of உற்பத்தியை தருது, எவ்வளவு packs of product தருது, first grade land, second grade land and third grade land. So here the A grade land gives more rent because see 40 minus 30, 20, 20 is the profit, or the farmer gets more profit by cultivating the owners of the land. So that land is called A grade land. So the A grade land as having more fertilities in the soil, more irrigation facility soil there, and also there will be the agro-based industries are in nearby the land. So all the facilities are available in the A grade land or the fertilities in nature. So when they cultivate what they expect, that kind of output will be earned by the cultivator. So that kind of land gets an first grade land. அடுத்து B grade land, அதை விட first grade land விட second grade land, already I told you all land is not equal, all land fertilities cannot be equal. So land to land, earth to earth, place to place. So I told you in South Africa, I told you in the last class about the gold mines. Naturally in South Africa, when we dig out all the soils, நம்ம மண்ணை தோண்ட தோண்ட நமக்கு என்ன கிடைக்குதாங்க, அவனுக்கு நிறைய கோல்டு கிடைக்குது. So that basic resources, production of gold, the basic natural resources are more in South Africa when we compare with other countries. Then Canada, in Canada there will be a nickel. So some of the products is Neyveli, is coal. It's like some of the land, it has its own fertilities in nature. அப்ப ஒவ்வொரு பொருளும் ஒவ்வொரு உற்பத்தி ஆகக்கூடிய இடங்கள் வித்தியாசமா இருக்கு. That's why the David Ricardian, he has divided into the land the three categories: A grade land, B grade land, C grade land. Here he is insisted about the land, agricultural land. The agricultural land also, there is a differences in the fertilities in the soil. For example, we are eating biryani, சீரகம், நிறைய புல்லட் ரைஸ்ங்கிறோம், சீரக சம்பா அரிசிங்கிறோம். அந்த மாதிரி அதிக விலை உயர்ந்த அந்த மாதிரியான அரிசியெல்லாம் விளையிறது பார்த்தீங்கன்னா அது ஒரு சில ஏரியாவில் மட்டும்தான். அந்த மண்ணுக்கு, அந்த தண்ணிக்கு, அந்த சுச்சுவேஷனுக்கு, அந்த காற்றுக்கு, அந்த ஈரப்பதத்துக்கு என்ன பண்ணுது, அந்த கல்டிவேஷன் ஆஃப் த பேடி ஆஃப் that I told you, the rices or the paddies cultivating more, that is called A grade land. The same another land we cannot produce the same paddies because it has its own fertilities, it has its own irrigation fertilities, it has its own nature with weather, all conditions. So all products cannot be produced in a same land. So every product it has its own fertilities in different kinds of soils and different kinds of lands. So that's why in agricultural land, the Ricardian has divided the land into A grade and B grade, C grade, and another B grade land gets less than the A grade. அப்ப A grade காட்டிலும் B grade கொஞ்சம் குறைவா இருக்குது. ஏன் அப்படின்னா அதனுடைய fertilities B grade fertilities may be lesser than the A grade land, or the water facilities may be is less than the A grade land from B to A, and other facilities may be less than the A grade land. So the B grade land gets 30 minus 20, 10, 40, 30, 40 minus 30, 20 in the A grade land. In the B grade land, 30 minus 20, 10. But there is a differences 10 to 10. The bags of products may be differences from A to B. At the C grade land, C grade land என்ன சொல்றேன்னா பாருங்க எதுவுமே இல்லை, blank இருக்கு. But C grade lands is a marginal land or no rent land. As I told you that all lands are not equal. All lands are not equal in the fertilities. All lands are not equal in the water facilities. So its own nature. So the third land, the C grade lands, அதுவும் அதே பூமி தான், அதுவும் அதே நிலம் தான். ஆனா நிலத்துக்கு நிலம், மண்ணுக்கு மண் என்னது வித்தியாசம் இருக்குது. அப்ப the C grade land என்ன சொல்றாரு அப்படின்னா there is no rent land அப்படிங்கிறாரு. அப்ப C grade land when we compare with the A to B grade land, that C grade land has no fertilities, no water facilities, no any agricultural agro-based industries near, or maybe the price of the products may be equal to the bags of products. அப்ப என்ன பண்றான்னா no rent land அப்படின்னா அவன் உற்பத்தி செய்யக்கூடிய அந்த பொருளும் அந்த உற்பத்தி செய்யக்கூடிய அந்த பொருளுக்குண்டான அவனுடைய காஸ்டும் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஈக்குவலா இருக்கும். ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் நான் ஒரு லேண்டை நான் கல்டிவேட் பண்றேன், அதுக்கு எனக்கு ஒரு 10,000 ரூபாய் செலவாகுது. So the cost of the cultivation of the land is 10,000. அப்ப அந்த கல்டிவேஷன் பண்ணிட்டு நான் மறுபடியும் அந்த ப்ராடக்ட் நான் சேல்ஸ் பண்றேன், அப்ப சேல்ஸ் பண்ணும்போது it may be I will get the remuneration or I get the income the equal to the cost of 10,000. என்னங்க அது நமக்கு ஒரு மிச்சமும் கிடையாது. அப்ப காஸ்டும் வர நமக்கு இன்கம் ஈக்குவலா இருக்கும்போது so that land as is no rent land or maybe the income may be less than the 10,000. அப்ப செலவை காட்டிலும் வரவு நமக்கு என்ன வருது குறைவா இருக்கு. Income is less than the cost that we call that no rent land or maybe 20 minus 10 10 தான் அல்லது 10 to 10 பண்ணும்போது நமக்கு என்ன கிடைக்குது அதுல லாபம் இல்ல நஷ்டமும் இல்ல அல்லது maybe incur loss. So that kind of lands we say that C grade land. So that's why the diagram explains, suppose another group of people goes on settle down in the same island after some time, hence the demand for the agricultural product will increase. The most fertility of lands A grade alone cannot produce all the food grains that are needed on account of operation of the law of diminishing return. So the less fertility of land B grade we have to be brought under cultivation in order to meet the growing population. For the same amount of labor and capital employed, A grade land and yield per acre on B grade land and 30 bags of paddy and surplus of 10 bags 40 minus 3 per acre appears on A grade land. This economic rent is called A grade land. Suppose yet another group of people goes on settle down in the same island. So the least fertility of the land C grade will have to be brought under cultivation for the same amount of labor and capital and yield per acre on C grade land is 20 bags of the paddy. So the surplus of A grade land is now raised to 20 bags 40 minus 20 and in economic rent of grade land A grade land the surplus of B grade land is 10 bags 30 minus 20 as I told you before. This is economic of rent B grade land. அப்ப வந்து என்ன சொல்றோம் A grade land B grade land. அப்ப A grade landல வந்து 40 minus 30. அப்ப இதுல எவ்வளவு இருக்கு? இதுல ஒரு 10 இருக்குது. அதே மாதிரி இதுல ஒரு 10 இருக்குது. அப்ப வந்து A grade land and B grade land gets rent, that is called economic rent. In the above illustration, the C grade land cost of production is just equal to the prices of the produce and therefore does not yield any rent. அப்ப 20 minus 20 அப்ப 20 minus 20 அப்படிங்கும்போது there is no rent land. So C grade land is called no rent land or marginal land. The marginal land also we call that no rent land. Land is a land which is cost of production is just equal to the price of its produce. So the land which yields rent is called intra-marginal land. AB grade land we say that intra-marginal land. Therefore, rent indicates a differential advantages of superior land over the marginal land. So in the diagram it explains x-axis in the various grades of land, y-axis represents the yield per acres in the bags and OA that is an OA or AB and BC are the A grade, B grade, C grade lands respectively. So the application of equal amount of labor and capital on each of them gives yield represented by the rectangles. This rectangle shape A grade land, B grade land and C grade land. So the three grades of land it's the size of a rectangle shape and C grade land is the no rent land and A and B grade lands are the intra-marginal lands. So the economic rent yield by A and B. That's why the shaded area I have indicated that economic rent. So A and B grade land alone is a intra-marginal lands. The economic rent yielded by A and B grade lands is equal to the shaded of the respective rectangles, and C, C grade land. The C grade land is a marginal land or no rent land. So there is the criticism about the Ricardian theory of rent about the land. The order of cultivation from most fertilities to the least fertile lands is historically wrong. This theory assumes that rent does not enter into the price. நல்லா கவனிச்சுக்கோங்க. The rentங்கிற வார்த்தை it does not enter into the price, but in reality rent enters into the price. So the rent does not enter the price, but in reality rent enters in the price. Appa when people are going on settle down one place, for example we will be settled down in the house, ஒரு டவுன்ல வந்து நம்ம ஒரு வீடு வாடகைக்கு எடுக்கிறோம். அப்ப rent is not fixing the price. That's why we say that rent does not enter into the price, but in reality rent enters in the price. அப்ப என்ன பண்றோம்னா நம்ம ஒரு வீடு வாடகைக்கு எடுக்கிறோம். அப்ப ஒரு ஹவுஸ் ஓனர் இருக்கிறாரு, அவருக்கே தெரியாது எவ்வளவு ஃபிக்ஸ் பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னு. ஏன் அப்படின்னா only when there is a demand for that house, then only he knows how to fix the price of the rent. இப்ப யாருமே இல்ல, ஒருத்தர் மட்டும் போறோம். அப்ப அவன் என்ன சொல்றானோ நம்ம என்ன கொடுக்கணும்னு நினைக்கிறோமோ அதை நம்ம கொடுத்து வாடகைக்கு இருக்கிறோம். நம்ம வந்து ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் for 5,000 per month I am ready to pay the rent for the house for the house owner. If another person is coming, he is ready to pay 6,000. If another person is come to ready to pay for 6,000 for the same houses. So in that situation rent enters into the price. அப்ப என்ன பண்ணுவான் ஹவுஸ் ஓனர், யாரு விலை அதிகமா கொடுக்குறானோ அவனுக்கு தான் என்ன பண்ணுவான், அந்த வீடை வாடகை கொடுப்பான். அதே மாதிரி லேண்டும் அதே மாதிரி தான். The A grade land, it has its own fertilities in nature. If people go on demand the land, A grade land எல்லாம் போய் டிமாண்ட் பண்ணாலும் அவன் என்ன பண்ணுவான், he will be raise the prices of the rent for the tenant. அப்ப வந்து எந்த ஒரு பொருளுக்கு நம்ம அதிகமான தேவைகள் அதிகமாகிட்டே இருக்குதோ அதற்கு ஏற்றார் போல அந்த ரெண்ட் என்ன ஆயிடுனா இன்க்ரீஸ் ஆகுறான். That's why the rent does not enter into the price, but in reality rent enters into the price. So this is about the Ricardian theory of rent. You know that what is the meaning of rent? The rent is the payment, the price is payment to the landlord by using the land, to the landowners by the tenant, or the price is as a reward is payment to the machineries, or the reward, the price is payment to the house owners. So it's called rent, we studied. But in our book, the David Ricardian, the theory is explained about the rent in the agricultural side, about the land. So he has divided into the 3 grades of lands, A grade, B grade, C grade. So which are the A grade land which gives more packs of products, A, B grade land, and C grade land, as I told you, very less product or no rent product, or the C grade land maybe the cost of product maybe is equal to the price. So that's why the C grade lands, he said that marginal land or no rent land. So this is about the very simple example is explained by the David Ricardio about the rent. So I hope that you are all understand. In the page number 126 and 125, he has explained, the David Ricardio has explained about the land, A grade, C grade, A to C grade. So what are the differences in the kinds of lands? What are the differences in the production of the, so he has explained. So I hope that you all understand. So see the book and follow the diagram and the table, you can understand easy. So with that I conclude this class about the rent. Next class we will meet about the quasi-rent. And there will be so many topics are there in the 6th chapter. We will meet in the next class. So I hope that this class is enough, the one topic. Please understand, it is an important questions. It may be, definitely the questions may be asked in the public exam. Study well. God bless you.